and welcome to the Kathleen Spracklin Podcast. I am a woman on a mission to help you get the Zettelkasten of your dreams on your work table beside you. Well, today's topic is brainstorming, and boy, did I have fun doing some brainstorming today. I'm writing a page in my newsletter that is very much the output of the creative process, and so I decided to take the advice I had given myself, and I made a brand new bib card on a ring to support the creative writing process. So I'm looking forward to showing that to you, and I'm all set up over here in the down-facing camera, so come and join me. One of the things I really enjoy about writing my newsletter every month is when I get to pages where the task is to take the basic principles that go along with the character trait that's being discussed and project out the possibilities. I love the creative endeavor of taking a look at all the possible implications of the character trait. Then it's time to try combinations to see what exciting sparks I can offer my reader. This requires a session of brainstorming, which I really enjoy, and you can see on these pages that I have actually done a fair amount of brainstorming. And one thing I'd like to point out is I set a 20-minute timer for brainstorming before I produced the 2 full pages of ideas. Where did those ideas all come from? Not only have I hinted at this before, I've actually produced a card that details what those brainstorming methods are. Because those questions and that pattern language are so beneficial, I made a task for myself to put them on a bib card on a ring, and I'm happy to say that as of right now, I'm checking those off. Because here is my bib card on a ring in support of creativity. I drew a little face of me being happy, but it was so pathetic that I stuck a little happy face over the top of it. So here are the methods. The first one is fill in the gaps. What are the puzzle pieces that aren't present? Can you complete a matrix? Are there things that need to be contrasted with one another such that all of the possibilities should be analyzed? Perhaps you want to use a pattern language. Well, now I have all of the dimensions, the elements, and the patterns of Michael Dean's pattern language for essay architecture on a ring. Or maybe you simply need a list of questions. And now I have, thanks to Jeffcoat, I have the 10 questions of Ramon Llull, and they are likewise on a ring where I can quickly get to them. So my process for today began with cards that detail how scale and agency work, and I captured that information in the top half of this page. Then I turned a 20-minute timer on and simply brainstormed following these guidelines. So just follow along with me for a moment and think about the power of having all of these ideas to think with as you are brainstorming with yourself for fresh ideas within the confines of the issue that you are working on. That issue might be trying to solve a problem. You might be trying to discern implications like I am, or you might be wanting to identify flaws or gaps in something that you're planning to do as you brainstorm. Now, just imagine having the power of Michael Dean's essay architecture at your fingertips. He begins by looking at 3 different dimensions: idea, form, and voice. Then we're going to take idea. Within idea, he's going to look at 3 different elements: material, the range of things you're looking at; thesis, the point you want to demonstrate; and what kind of title you're going to give to your work. Then he breaks each of these down. Material, he breaks down into experiences, argument, and references. When you're done, you've got 27 of these pattern cards grouped across 9 different elements, which themselves are grouped across 3 different dimensions. The question list of Ramon Llull is a little bit more straightforward. It's a list of 10 things that you can ask yourself once you've got down to a given pattern or a given element or a given dimension, you can start asking yourself these 10 questions and see all of the power that this gives you for your writing. I've summed all of this up on this card. When would you want to use brainstorming in support of your writing? And I would say that you should go ahead and use brainstorming whenever it's appropriate to your purpose. You always need to center on your purpose. We are not a hammer in search of a nail. We are looking for the right techniques to use at different points in your work. So brainstorming is terrific when you're trying to solve a problem. You want to look at lots and lots of different possibilities. When you're trying to discern all the implications, what might come out of the ideas that you're dealing with, and when you want to identify any flaws or gaps in your thinking or reasoning, then consider brainstorming. If your brainstorming needs creativity, consider making yourself a bib card on the ring to support your creativity. I've left the links in the show notes so you can have the ability to create this for yourself. But always, always be aware of your purpose first and gently guide the brainstorming towards the purpose. You don't want to restrict it to the purpose because then you're going to shut the brainstorming off. Instead, if you find your thinking is starting to wander away from your purpose, fold it back into your purpose just as you would do with kneading dough. And the simplest way to do that is to pick up with words of the last thought and connect them, whether they match or don't match, back to the original purpose. Suppose your purpose was you were trying to brainstorm what kind of a doghouse you should build in your backyard. And as you go along, you find yourself thinking about birdhouses. Well, then you would just simply say, yes, birds have houses and dogs have houses. Birds have little houses. Dogs need much bigger houses. And you'll be back thinking about your doghouse again without saying, no, we're not thinking about birdhouses. We're thinking about doghouse. So that's how you can fold your thoughts back into the subject matter, but always keep them centered on your purpose. It can wander around, but keep it centered on your purpose. And then you will find, once you release your creativity, that you can get a flood of ideas in a very short amount of time. Did you see that timer setting? 20 minutes. And I only allowed myself to finish 5 words at the end of a sentence after that timer went off. It really did happen in 20 minutes. Well, it's time for me to put this card away and file the new one I've made. But this guy isn't going to be put too far away. He's going to be put to good use. Consider making one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.